Hey guys, Boost Auto here, and in this video we're installing our patent-pending S-Series cab lights for 2010 to 2018 Dodge Ram 25 and 3500 trucks. Let's get into it. Before we jump into it, here's a little more about our cab lights. Introducing our S-Series cab lights, Boost Auto's newest innovation, offered with a wide range of customizable options. With our quality build and precision engineering, these cab lights are sure to set your build apart from the rest. Enhance visibility and add a premium touch to your vehicle's appearance with our exclusive features. Light up the sky with Boost Auto's S-Series cab lights. Option them out in our crisp white running light or our sleek amber running light that'll leave your build looking sharp. We can also option for our jaw-dropping startup sequence, adding personality to your truck from the start. And for the first time in the history of cab lights, we've developed groundbreaking technology from the ground up for our S-Series module. Our S-Series module enables turn signal functionality on our cab lights without the need for additional wires being run to them to add that function. This means you don't have to worry about running wires all the way up to the cab lights or having to remove the headliner at all. No unnecessary wires, no unnecessary panels or liners being removed, which means for us, a no-fuss installation. Get them as a standard flashing signal, or option for our premium sequential signal so your turn signal swipes instead of flashing. But here's the best part. Our cab lights are available as switchbacks, so they'll fit right in with all the other Boost Auto products on your truck. Couple of things to note before we get started on this install. First, the procedure outlined in this video is for a 2010 to 2018 Dodge Ram 25 and 3500 trucks. That's the fourth generation of Ram trucks that came equipped with factory cab lights. If you'd like to retrofit our S-Series cab lights on a vehicle that did not originally have cab lights, or you own a different vehicle, head on over to our website at boostauto.com for the latest in fitment, availability, and to purchase all we have to offer. Now, back to the install. Let's go over the content in your kit. Your cab light box will contain 5 cab lights and the mounting hardware. Next up, if you option for turn signal functionality, you'll receive our S-Series module as well as the wiring kit for that module. More of that later. Here are the tools required for this installation. More about the cab lights. Although they look identical to one another, each cab light has a designated spot on the roof. If you flip the cab light over, you'll find the number assigned to each cab light. For example, this one is number 5, meaning it'll get mounted closest to the driver door. Here's a breakdown of the assigned mounting spots. We'll start by disconnecting the battery at the negative terminal. If you have an auxiliary battery, disconnect that too. We'll start by removing the cab light closest to the passenger side door. Pretty straightforward, it's just held in by 2 screws. Lift the cab light and rotate the connector to remove the bulb out of the housing. Then to detach the bulb, simply pull it out. Remove the rest of the factory cab lights in the same way. Now, we're ready for our S-Series cab lights. Before you do anything else, be sure to give your roof a good wipe down to get rid of any dirt or adhesive that has been built up. We'll start by installing the cab light labeled number 1 to the position closest to the driver's side door. The factory harness for this cab light connector consists of 2 wires, a white and a black wire. When you're installing our S-Series cab lights, be sure the white wire from the cab light connector lines up to the white wire on the vehicle, and the same goes for the black wire. Be sure the wire colors line up so your cab lights function properly. Up next, we'll line up the cab light mounting points to the roof. Then install a rubber gasket to a screw from your kit before securing the cab light with it. Do the same for the rear mounting point. Steps are identical for the remainder of the cab lights, just be sure that the cab lights go to their corresponding locations on the roof. Follow the on-screen callouts for cab light mounting locations. And with that, if you optioned your cab lights with running light only, all that's left of your install is reconnecting the battery. However, if your cab lights came optioned with turn signal functionality, you'll still need to install our S-Series module to enable that feature. We'll show you that next. Here's a breakdown of our S-Series module. Your S-Series module has an output side going to the cab lights and an input side on the other end. The black wire on the output side is not required for this installation, so go ahead and tape that out of the way. On the input side, you have a 2-pin input for power and ground and a 4-pin input for left, right, turn signal, and running light. Let's first connect our module output to the cab lights. We'll do this on the passenger side. Accessing the connector to intercept the cab light feed depends on the year range of your vehicle. For 2010 to 2012 trucks, your connector will be behind the A-pillar trim panel, whereas for 2013 to 2018 trucks, your connector will be located behind the passenger side panel of the dash. We'll first show you how to intercept the cab light wire for the 2010 to 2012 trucks. Begin by peeling back the weather stripping at the passenger door, then remove the side panel on the dash. At the A-pillar, remove the bolt covers on the trim panel and then remove the bolts underneath. Pull back on the panel to remove it. Disconnect the connector here. Locate the wire at pin 4 with the connector tab pointing up. Pin 4 is on the top row in the rightmost slot. Cut this wire with about 2 inches of wire on each side of the cut. Strip both ends. Grab your S-Series module and crimp the blue output to the wire that we just cut going up to the cab lights. Then crimp a butt connector to the other end of the wire at pin 4. We'll come right back to this wire. Now take your 4-pin connector from our kit and plug it into the corresponding connector of the S-Series module. Take your orange wire from the harness we just plugged in and cut it to length, leaving about 8 to 10 inches. Strip the wire and crimp it into the butt connector at pin 4. Go ahead and reinstall the connector at the A-pillar. Now take our 2-pin connector harness that came with the kit and plug it into the S-Series module. Next, let's route our wires down the dash and have them pop out in the passenger footwell. Now we can tuck our S-Series module into the A-pillar and reinstall the trim panel. Reinstall the side panel as well as the weather stripping. For 2013 to 2018 vehicles, begin by peeling back the weather stripping at the passenger door, then remove the side panel on the dash. Undo this connector by pulling back on the red locking tab and then pressing down on the connector tab to pull the connector out. Peel back some of the tape so you have a couple inches of wire coming out of the connector. Locate the wire at pin 1 with the connector tab pointing up. Pin 1 is in the top left position. Cut this wire with about 2 inches of wire on each side of the cut. Strip both ends of this wire. Then grab your S-Series module and crimp the blue output to the wire that was just cut going up to the cab lights. Crimp a butt connector onto the other end of the wire that was just cut, and we'll come back to that in a minute. Now take your 4-pin connector and plug it into the corresponding connector to the S-Series module. Take your orange wire from the harness we just plugged in and cut it to length, leaving about 8 to 10 inches. Strip the wire and crimp it into the butt connector. And with that, reinstall the connector. Now take our 2-pin connector harness that came with the kit and plug it into the S-Series module. Secure the S-Series module and route the wires going through the opening in the side panel. Reinstall the side panel as well as the weather stripping. Now we'll route the 4 remaining wires from the passenger side to the driver's side. From the driver's side, pass a straightened out piece of metal, in this case a coat hanger, behind the center console. Once it's poking out on the passenger side, tape the wires to it. Once the harness is secure, pull the wires through to the driver's side. Leave the wires attached to the coat hanger. Locate the grommet behind the brake pedal and feed the coat hanger through. Head over to the engine bay to pull the coat hangers and wires through. We'll be tapping for signal at the headlights. To gain access to the headlights, we'll first have to remove the grille. Removing the grille is pretty simple. First, remove the radiator cover by popping out the push tabs up top. With the bolts holding the grille now visible, you can go ahead and remove them. Go ahead and tilt the grille backwards. Then pull back on the 2 clips at the bottom left and bottom right of the grille to detach it fully. Now on to removing the headlights. Make your way over to the driver front fender and pop down the access panel. Locate the headlight's white release tab and push up. Here's a better view of what it looks like from the front. Up front, undo the 2 bolts holding the headlight housing in. Firmly pull on the headlight to detach the ball stud, and with that, the headlight can slide out. Undo the connector and set the housing aside. Your vehicle might have come equipped with halogens or LEDs. The only thing that differs in these steps is the wire you're tapping into. For LED headlights, locate the wire at pin 12. On this connector, the pins are clearly labeled. Looking at the wires with the connector tab pointed up, pin 12 is on the first row in the second slot from the left. Go ahead and install a red T-tap from your kit to the wire. Press the T-tap in all the way until it clicks into place. For halogen headlights, locate the wire at pin 3. With the connector tab pointing up, pin 3 is all the way to the right. Go ahead and install a red T-tap from your kit to the wire. Press the T-tap in all the way until it clicks into place. Now take the red and blue wire we brought through the firewall, route it to the driver's headlight, and cut it to length. Strip and crimp a spade terminal onto that wire and attach it to the T-tap. Route the red and green wire over to the passenger side headlight and install it in the same way. Pinning at the headlight connector is identical to the driver's side. Next, we'll install our power and ground wires to the battery. First, cut the red wire to length, strip the end, and install the provided inline fuse. Strip and crimp a ring terminal onto the other end of that inline fuse. Go ahead and install a power wire to the positive terminal at the battery. For our black ground wire, cut it to length, strip the end, and install a ring terminal to it. Connect the battery at the negative terminal. Go ahead and install the ground wire to the negative battery terminal. On the back of the headlight housing, you'll see a ball stud. It is very important that this gets popped into place properly. Make sure the white locking tab is pressed up as you reinsert the headlight. Go ahead and plug in the headlight harness. Once the headlight is properly seated, lock in the white locking tab. Fasten the two bolts up front. The one with the larger washer is at the top and the longer bolt is the lower bolt. Repeat these steps for the passenger headlight. Reinstall the grille, bring it in at an angle, and press the two clips in at the bottom until they click into place. Then fasten the bolts at the top to secure the grille into place. Finally, reinstall the radiator cover. Go ahead and tie up your harness out of the way. With that, your installation is now complete. Thank you for choosing Boost Auto for your aftermarket accessory needs. The S-Series cab lights featured in this video can be purchased on our website at boostauto.com. We also offer a wide selection of products, parts, and accessories for trucks and SUVs that are sure to take your build to the next level. If you want to watch more videos just like this one and get notified when we release new products for your vehicle, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. And with that, it's Boost Auto signing off. Catch you in the next one.